The more I am on the internet, the more I'm just disgusted by what we as a society are becoming. A lot of us on this internet are starting to do things that it's got to be like a mental issue that is coming out, because the stuff people are willing to do for clout or to do to get like notoriety is just, at this point, I'm not surprised by anything anymore. It's bad enough that we have like kick streamers that are like faking getting jumped so they can get content because they're falling off.
This dude dead actually made me glow up on God. Hey, bro, give me that.
Or you got these people that are doing all these dating game shows that they get so jealous of each other that they start jumping each other and pulling up on each other's studios to stop them from recording because, you know, we don't want to share ideas.
If they try to book with somebody,
they try and do that all the time, actually.
Yeah, through another name, then you know.
I appreciate
that. Hey, put the
But that's just stuff that we see on Kick and YouTube. The real demon in the room is TikTok, for sure. Like, TikTok is definitely the application on my phone that I've already made a video about, but the more I look at TikTok, the more I'm like, why do I still have this app on my phone? And now when I open up my phone, it's like TikTok is such a risky thing because now they got these bots that are just uploading adult content, which, you know, it's easy to block it.
This funeral is so sad.
What?
Check my story.
Man, not at my nigga funeral, bro. Who making y'all, bro?
Rate my tits.
Stop playing!
But now we got grown men inside of grocery stores pretending to get backshotted from a bag of Takis. Like, the fact that we can even say that that's an actual sentence is just crazy to me. That this is a grown man in a convenience store bent over getting pretend back shots from a bag of Takis, and there is thousands and thousands of people liking this type of content. We are doing so much to go above and beyond to make content at this point. I'm not surprised if I see murder on a video or something by this point. Like, people got to understand, like, your digital footprint is permanent. Like, the stuff you do on the internet, whether you think you can delete it or get rid of it or whatever, it's gonna be there. There's this thing called the Wayback Engine. Like, it's gonna bring this back up. So this is your permanent digital footprint. This is you as a person. And this is the content that you're putting out. And I don't know what's more like shameful thing is the fact that this is what people are being reduced to make content to get some type of notoriety or fame, or the fact that there are millions and millions of people who are entertained by it. This is a grown man. And then it's not like this is his only video. The dude showed himself getting assaulted by a refrigerator, man. And then he did another clip of, you know, a clip of him and his girlfriend, apparently like she's playing as his stepsister and he's teaching her a lesson. And it's just like, society, what are we really doing? Like, what is really happening? Because it's just like we said on the podcast, we gotta study TikTok and the effects that it has on the brain, or just social media in general, because there's not a person in this man's family or anything that sees this. Where are y'all families at? Like, where are y'all parents at? It's like I'm losing my concept of words, because I'm just like, the fact that I opened up TikTok at 12 o'clock today when the sun's still out, and the first thing I see when I open up is people reacting to this man being assaulted by a bag of Cheetos or Takis or whatever because he didn't want them. And then there's people in there actually gassing him up like, oh, this is fire, I can relate to this, this is my type of content. I'm scared, because if I'm just seeing this and I don't follow this content, imagine how deep the rabbit hole really goes in this content. Like, this is not even the iceberg. This is like the tip of the water. Like, this it can get worse than this, right? It already was worse than this when I was talking about the chick that worked at some burger restaurant, and their advertisement was she was in the back break room getting clapped by her boss, and then she came out and was you know, still, you know, unprepared and all that. But it's like the more we try to like create these platforms and push more and more content stars out, I'm scared because content is only going to keep getting worse because people are going to keep trying to push the narrative to grow even bigger. Like somebody has to outdo something. Right now we got this guy getting back shots from a bag of chips. Then we also got the other guy who, he reminds me of like those old 1970s, like, or like this 1800s, 1900s, like when cable just came out, caricatures of like blackface people pretending to be like the stupid, what are they called? I'll show a reference of it. But these people are like the ones that typically are like eating watermelon and they're doing extremely goofy behaviors. But the guy who essentially is, he goes to restaurants to try food and he just acts like a maniac. Trying to eat the food like he's like a dog starving, like he's pouring sauce all over his face. He can barely hold the plate up. The food is just so messy, and he's doing this in public. And I think the big issue that I'm having with it is because these are my fellow African Americans that are doing this. These are other black people that are doing this. And black people, we can't keep beating these allegations like my homie Wes says. We can't beat the allegations at this point. Like we gotta just hold that. We gotta just take the L for that, because you know what? The other races, they may be doing it, but we are on the front pages doing it. And it's just like, at this point, we can't even say it's a racial thing or anything because it's us doing it. It's ourselves doing it. This content creation stuff is like, there's really some there's good content creators, but these bad ones, man, they're shooting through the roof. They're getting ratings like superstars. And at this point, we're the ones who put them up there. Like because we're not calling it out, we're not taking this behavior down, or we're not shaming it, we're just kind of allowing it to happen. Other races are getting to enjoy making fun of us for doing this, and it's just like, at this point, we do it to ourselves. At the end of the day, we gonna have to hold this L. We gonna have to hold it, because clearly nobody wants to, you know, say like, hey, how about we just don't do that, you know? Like how about no? But I guess this is what we get. So this guy gonna eventually have kids and have like people come out of his lineage, unfortunately. But I guess to little Jonathan or to Aquarius or whatever you're gonna name your child, enjoy watching your dad get backshotted by your refrigerator, man. I don't know.
One.